Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Superman Lois Season 4. Today we're going to be talking about some new photos that have been released for the first couple of episodes. Also, we got the synopsis for the first 2 episodes as well. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Okay guys, so the 2-hour season premiere of Superman Lois is less than a month away, and the CW have released new descriptions for certain episodes, that being the first 2 episodes, and they've also released a synopsis for season 4 as a whole, and we have some first look photos from Entertainment Weekly that we need to break down. So first things first, let's talk about the season 4 synopsis and then we'll get into the other topics in the meantime. So I'm reading off of Krypton's site. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go ahead and read the article for yourself. So the CW has released an official synopsis for the upcoming 4th season of Superman Lois. The new season takes flight Monday, October 7th, as we see what happens in the aftermath of Superman fighting Doomsday. Here's that description. Obviously some spoilers for the final season can be found within. So season 4 of Superman Lois picks up right where the last season left off, with Superman and Luthor's monster locked in a ferocious moon-wrecking battle as Clark fights for his life against a seemingly unstoppable creature. Back on the ground, General Lane struggles to stay alive after being kidnapped by Luthor's henchmen, while Lois, Jordan and Jonathan race against time to rescue him. So they're going to be rescuing General Lane, and they're not really going to be focusing on Superman just for the start of the episode. So let's just break down that first bit and then we'll continue with the synopsis. So the first thing is, yes, it confirms we're going to be picking up right where season 3 left off, and as we all know, Superman is going to be fighting for his life and he will ultimately lose his life, at least temporarily. And so the struggle that General Lane is going to have is obviously because Luthor's henchmen have captured him. We saw him in the trailer being kicked into his own grave, it seems like. And so seemingly Lois, Jordan and Jonathan are going to be racing against time to try and rescue him. But standing in their way is Lex Luthor himself, who has permanently moved to Smallville as the next step in his malicious plan to destroy Lois Lane. Meanwhile, Lana Lang uses her position as mayor to fight back against Luthor's schemes, a move which puts her in the sights of the most dangerous man in the world and threatens everything she holds dear. So there you have it. So Lex is moving to Smallville. That's how he's going to be in the season so much, because he has moved there to destroy Lois Lane and ruin everything that she has. So he's probably going to be targeting the Smallville Gazette. He'll be going after her and her family, but also her friends, and obviously she's got Lana Lang to back her up, who is the mayor of Smallville. However, she's obviously going to come face to face with Lex and his schemes, which it's going to be very tricky to actually do that because he's such a powerful person and he's very manipulative. The synopsis continues like this. This includes her relationship with John Henry Irons, who must put his Ironworks plans on hold and rejoin the DoD now that General Lane is missing. So he's going to be a pivotal part of trying to take down Lex using the power of the DoD, and he's not going to be able to really advance stuff in terms of what he wants to do. We know by the end of the season he should have his Ironworks plans all set up and ready, and it seems he is going to be threatened by Lex because of his links to Lana Lang. This is how it continues, but they aren't the only duo in trouble, as Chrissy Beppo and Carl Cushing face an uphill battle of their own with countless roadblocks that threaten their future together. Amid all the chaos, Sarah Cortez and Natalie Irons also join the fight against Luthor, while both facing impossible decisions about their paths in life. And as Clark's battle with the terrifying monster continues, Lois, her boys, and the world must face the unthinkable possibility: what if Superman never returns? So there you have it. That is the official season 4 synopsis that teases quite a lot, I would say. So let's just break down what I didn't talk about just there. So let's talk about Chrissy and Kyle. Well, it seems they're somewhat in trouble about facing the future, and you know, there's these roadblocks that are in the way. I don't know specifically what that is, but you know, it's always been a pretty up and down relationship. Well, they want to get married, you know, they want to progress forward, and right now I think they're just in a tricky situation with everything going on in Smallville. And then to do with Sarah, she is going to be with Natalie Irons for at least a bit of this season, and they're going to be joining the fight against Luthor. Obviously, Natalie has got her suit. Don't know how Sarah's going to be particularly involved, but they're both going to be facing also impossible decisions about their paths in life. I don't know if that means, you know, Natalie considering moving to Metropolis with her dad, or is this Sarah choosing like what relationship she's going to go forward with. I don't know what specifics this actually entails, but the final part of the synopsis says, as Clark's battle with the terrifying monster continues, Lois, her boys, and the world must think about the unthinkable possibility: what if Superman never returns? And that is something that we have to think about. Although we do know already that Superman will return, it's just not going to be straight away. It's very likely that this could drag on to about episode 4 or 5, and then in the back half of the season you'll see Superman for the first time since he dies. And that's not to say we're not going to get Tyler in this season at the start. We are. He's confirmed to be in every episode of the season. However, he's just not going to be in the present day all the time. So let's move on to our next topic. This is another synopsis. This is the specific episode synopsis for the first 2 episodes. And you have to remember, this is going to be a 2-hour season premiere of Superman Lois. So it's going to air these 2 episodes back to back. This is the short synopsis for episode 1, titled The End and the Beginning. So it goes like this: 2-hour premiere event, part 1. Superman is locked in a brutal battle with Luthor's monster. Lois and the boys race against time to save General Lane, and that is it. So that's pretty much what we talked about. There's nothing much to break down there. So let's move on to the second part. It says Lana and Sarah join the fight against Luthor, who starts to make moves in Smallville. Jordan and Jonathan butt heads over an important decision. So I believe Jordan and Jonathan are probably butting heads over what we saw in the trailer when they released it a while ago, and that is to do with Jordan trying to step up and him trying to take on kind of Superman's mantle and probably go face to face with Lex Luthor, which is going to be very dangerous. And as it's been previously suggested, I don't think he is actually ready to do that yet. Like, he is powerful, but he is not like incredibly powerful at this point. And so to do with Sarah and Lana, yes, they're both going to join the fight, and the fight is going to start early because he's going to move to Smallville, and they're going to have to take action really fast because they all know what Luthor's up to, because all of them know what Luthor is up to, because they're very much so linked to Superman and his family, of course. Okay, so let's move on to the photos that have been released by Entertainment Weekly. Link will be in the description below if you want to go ahead and read the article. That is going to be a separate video for me because that's got a lot of information, and I wanted to just bring up the photos and talk about the synopsis in this video. So that should be tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. So the first photo that was released is of Clark and Lois. Now, I believe this is actually a flashback because they're both working at the Daily Planet, which they don't do. Lois currently works at Smallville Gazette, obviously, and Superman is busy up in space fighting Doomsday, and he's about to die. So this is in fact a flashback. We're going to get various flashbacks in the Daily Planet, in Metropolis, because that is how they're going to fill up some of the time and bring Tyler into the show, as it has been confirmed, like I said earlier. So this is a great photo. I love their dynamic. Obviously throughout the show they're just such a good couple, and they work and they will get through absolutely anything. So I just really love this photo because the looks that they're giving each other, it's priceless. Okay, so let's move on to the next photo. This is inside what looks like the Kent family home, and we've got a little meeting and everyone is looking at Jordan. Now, we all know that Jordan wants to step up, but as I said earlier, I don't think he's ready and they don't think he's ready, so they're listening to him. Now, maybe he's heard, oh, Dad's just been killed up in space using his super hearing or something. Or it could be something completely different. Maybe he's just proposing the idea that he goes after Lex Luthor or something like that. But who do we have with him? Well, we have Jonathan, we have Sarah, we have Lana and Lois, all intently listening to Jordan. But this is a great photo to showcase the returning characters like Lana and Sarah. They're going to be at least in 2 or 3 episodes this season. And I believe the photos that follow actually all feature certain characters that are returning that are going to play a big part, even though they're not series regulars anymore. Like the next photo, which is this amazing photo, great lighting, of Natalie and John Henry Irons. So they're just, you know, sitting on the back of the truck, I guess discussing what's gone on. Looks like they got a picnic basket behind them. So it seems like it's actually just kind of a moment of peace finally, after all the craziness that probably happens in the first episode, and maybe this is in episode 2. And then we got a photo of General Lane. Now, I don't know if this is a flashback or what, because last time we saw General Lane, obviously he was getting kidnapped, and as the synopsis for the season suggests, he is in a very dire circumstance. So I'm not sure if he's going to make it out alive, and so I'm unconvinced that this is in the present day, whenever it is, even if it is at the end of episode 2. I believe this could be a flashback, and I think General Lane is going to be killed this season. Okay, so moving on to the final photo that was released by EW, we got a photo of Chrissy and Kyle. As I said, they're just literally hitting all the certain characters that we know are coming back, but they haven't actually shown anything yet. But as the synopsis suggested, they're going to be going through a lot in terms of trying to figure out their relationship, figure out their future, what they're going to do. They're seemingly meeting someone. I have no idea who it is, but yeah, there's 3 cups on the table, so it's clearly someone opposite them, but it could be someone like Lois, or they're having a meeting with someone specific to figure out their issues that they have. So that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Hopefully you are really excited for Superman Lois Season 4. Remember, it's coming out on the 7th of October. When I'm recording this video, it's the 13th of September, so it's less than a month away. And it's going to be a 2-hour premiere event, so that's 2 episodes back to back on that night. And then it will be premiering every Monday from then on. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.